Leave. I'm not messing around. I'm done. Leave. I'm not playing with you. Leave. Stop moving that door. This is your final warning. Leave. That's enough. Go. Go.
Welcome back with another banger. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Hit that like, sub it up, don't react, bounce. Y'all feel me? Let's run it.
Okay, so I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna keep y'all on the camera so y'all can basically see. And what I'm noticing is it look like dogs and humans. So I'm trying to see, you see, it's basically trying to stop me saying that something is in front of me. So I'm trying to see if like the headstones are picking up as like the dogs or whatever the case may be. But what about the human figures? I'm gonna figure this out. I got to figure this out. So as you can see, there's no headstones right here, but it's picking up a lot. There's a lot of activity right here. And so it's trying to make me stop, as you can see. Now, if I would have been driving, it would have immediately stopped on brakes. This is crazy. And I've been out here a bunch of times, but what I can say is it has tripled the amount of people that's in this cemetery since the last time I've came. But it has never stopped my vehicle like that. See, it's trying to make me stop. Now, if I pick up speed, it's gonna throw me through the damn windshield. See, it just did it. Automatic emergency braking is in progress. I can't come in here with this car. Look at this. It's about to tear my damn car up. Get some rest. It's okay. For real. You about to tear my damn car up. This is so weird. I don't understand this. Somebody got to investigate this with Tesla just to see exactly what is it. I can't even go fast.
It seems like the technology that the car is using might be able to pick up paranormal activity. It's like it's detecting the spiritual realm, crossing dimensions. That's wild.
What if the flat-topped mountains scattered across the earth aren't actually mountains, but the remains of giant ancient trees that were cut down? Because once you notice their shape, something else begins to stand out. Water. Across the world, there are enormous flat-topped formations where water continuously emerges from cracks, springs, and waterfalls high along the rock. And strangely, something similar can happen when a living tree is cut down. Its root system can continue absorbing water from the surrounding ground, forcing moisture and sap through the remaining stump. So the theory asks a bizarre question. What if the water flowing from some of these formations isn't just coming from ordinary underground springs? What if enormous root systems are still buried beneath them, carrying water through the earth? Because if these formations really were once trees, the world they belonged to would have looked nothing like ours. And this is where the ancient stories become interesting. The Book of Enoch describes a world inhabited by the Watchers and their enormous offspring, the giants. It also contains visions involving extraordinary trees and the destruction of the ancient world. Then came the Great Flood, a catastrophe that, according to the biblical story, completely transformed the world that existed before it. So what if the flood didn't only destroy the giants? What if it destroyed the environment that allowed giants to exist in the first place? Imagine an ancient earth covered in enormous forests, trees reaching thousands of feet toward the sky, an atmosphere capable of supporting life on a scale almost unimaginable today.
This McDonald's has been completely abandoned for 30 years, and you won't believe how people still live in this town. It even has its original menu intact with original pricing, $2.45 for a Big Mac. It even offers dino-sized fries as a promotion for Jurassic Park, the original one, along with Bobby's World Happy Meal toys. Shout out to the 1% that actually know what that is. Found on the tiny and super remote Alaskan Adak Island, which is literally closer to Tokyo than it is to Seattle. Once home to a peak of 6,000 people, today the island has a permanent population of about 150. What happened here? Adak Island served as a US Navy base during World War II and the Cold War. When the Soviet Union fell in 1991, plans to end operations began. Businesses slowly started shutting down as neighborhoods became deserted, leaving us with creepy, almost liminal spaces, like this McDonald's that closed in 1993 and has been frozen in time ever since. Current residents have supplies shipped to them every week by plane, sold in a single grocery store inside of an old daycare center, only open for a couple hours on weekends. This is the only thing allowing them to keep living on Adak Island.
Shout out to Adak Island. That's crazy. $2.49 for a Big Mac with a Bobby's World Kids meal. Shout out to Phil's Pixel. Now that's trapped in time. For real. That's crazy. They had a McDonald's on an army base. They might as well fix it up. Put all the supplies in there. Start cooking their own Big Macs.
Please get out. Please get out. Please get out.
It's cooked. No, bro.
I told you.
Bro, nigga took the door off the car, bro.
Bro, wait till I find this nigga, bro.
Bro, he's turning around right now.
Wait till I find this nigga, bro. No way.
Oh my God.
Daphne, this is the type of niggas you hang around. Lives. No. You're gonna tell me where he lives now. This isn't even a fucking
He's coming back around. He's coming back around.
Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you ever needed access to your money before payday, there's a banking app called Current that lets you get up to $750 as a paycheck advance once you qualify. So instead of waiting for payday, you can get access to your funds earlier when you actually need them. Paycheck advance is clearly my favorite. I'm sure it'll be yours too, but if you're trying to build credit or just want your direct deposit sooner, it handles all of that in one app. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create an account. Just go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, and order your current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see an option to enter my promo code REACT, which unlocks a $75 bonus. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out, because that's literally what it's designed for, helping people like you stay more on top of their finances.
Why are celebrities starting to look like this, though? I think they are feeling the subconscious urge to mimic another life form. Celebrities have been used as oracles to tell the future for centuries. Ancient cultures worshipped oracles and channelers as intermediaries between the divine, like the Oracle of Delphi, or priestesses in Igbo culture. These oracles would enter a trance to translate messages from God or the divine, and they would influence decisions on a wide range of matters. A lot of these celebrities are false. Who do you know who actually enjoys watching the Kardashians? No one watches that show. Oracles of the past were chosen by priests for their purity and commitment to faith. They were often virgins, unlike celebrities of today, who are forced into the collective hive mind and initiated through humiliation sex rituals. The oracles of Delphi would sit on a bronze tripod. This bronze tripod was known as a bridge between two worlds, the world of the human world and the world of the Greek gods. People in the industry understand that filming is a ritual. There is nothing non-religious about it. This is why I would assume that so many celebrities dress up as ancient mythological figures. These ancient mythological figures were oracle-like. In this case, the image of the celebrity is saying, a new species will soon walk among us, and this new species will be half human, half machine. It will have no fat on its face. Machines don't have fat. Machines are pointy and mechanical looking, scary but alluring. They actually resemble a sort of skeletal figure, because that's what a robot is, honey. It's a metallic skeletal frame. Their looks are not just looks, but messages to be deciphered. To me, it looks like a hybrid between artificial intelligence and alien life. I want to know your thoughts, little honey butter. Have a beautiful day.
Very interesting when you're talking about them oracles back then. The parallel it has with today's celebrities. Shout out to Mary is Alien. Feels like we're going through an awakening, and at some point we are going to have to make a choice.
Go in, fuck it, go in. Hey, go in, go. Oh my fucking God.
I just found here. Absolute mess of nothing but bones as far as you can see in the forest. I have no idea how many animals are in here, but this is just crazy. Look, it just keeps going.
Nobody walks into a grocery store hoping to buy whatever a foreign country couldn't sell anybody else. The president went out and bought it for us anyway. America's own cattleman warned him Argentina has animal disease problems and nobody would be checking closely enough. He quadrupled the imports anyway, and what he ordered was trimmings, the leftovers after the good cuts are gone. Then 30,000 pounds got pulled off shelves in Florida and Texas because nobody ever inspected it. Texas has a Republican agriculture commissioner, and even he's asking how much more got through that nobody caught. 2 weeks later, the president asked for triple the volume from countries he flatly refuses to name, and swore it's the highest quality beef on earth, which takes real confidence when you're describing floor sweepings. It gets blended into American beef at the plant and lands in your grocery case with no country on the label at all, because Congress conveniently killed that labeling law in 2015 and never brought it back. Your hamburger never got cheaper. The only price that dropped was what a rancher gets paid for his cow. Plenty of ranchers voted for him, including conservative senators who raise cattle themselves. They're allowed to regret it. Since 1950, this country has lost 2/3 of its farms, and the billionaires this administration actually works for are waiting and ready to buy up every acre as family farmers struggle to stay in business.
The Tree of Might was never a powerful fruit. It was a planetary life force harvesting machine, and Dragon Ball showed you the Nephilim method in plain sight. In the story, Turles plants the Tree of Godly Might into the earth. Its roots drain the earth. Its fruit gives God-level strength to those that eat it. Now look at the architecture. A sacred tree, forbidden fruit reserved for gods, and a warrior willing to consume an entire world for one more level of strength. That's the closed loop. And the Watchers brought this kind of power before humanity had matured enough to be able to hold it. And Chata means miss the mark. So a gift that was put into an unready nervous system created chaos. Then what happened is the Nephilim hijacked the gift. They turned the living knowledge into extraction. And with that, our fear becomes fuel. Our attention becomes the fruit. And our body stays locked in 5 senses of survival while somebody else eats the harvest. Dragon Ball keeps showing you both sides. Beerus destroys, Whis watches, trains, and by law does not intervene. And that's pure Watcher imagery, standing beside catastrophe with knowledge humanity must choose to carry correctly. And then you get to the Saiyan hybrids, Gohan, Trunks. The mixed line carries a power the old bloodline cannot stabilize by rage alone. And that matters. Why? Because the next evolution does not come from more conquest, more efforting, more masculine. It comes from the integration and more receivership. And there's an archonic trap that's running this whole grid that's tied to the number 12, into 12 cranial nerves, all of it pulling you back into threat, appetite, image, and reaction, all of the senses. But there's a 13th point that's your pineal gland and the 14th point that's your heart. When you connect them, you build a Merkaba inside of the body. So, unlike Adam and Eve, stop feeding the tree with your life. So when somebody offers you power that requires a dead planet underneath it, you already know what it is. Thank you, and I love you.
Very interesting. Love Dragon Ball Z. This is a great description of the parallels between Dragon Ball Z and the Nephilim. Shout out to Abundance 10,000. I just think of when they be going Super Saiyan, is that what he's talking about? When they unlock their mind with their hearts? And when it comes to the next generation, when it's not all about conquest or survival. Very interesting.
Your heart is not a pump that just pumps blood around the body. You've been completely deceived. They want you to think that. Why? Because the heart is the meeting point between the mental and the physical plane. It is the inner center through which what exists within the mind descends into the physical expression through the body. Think about it. Thought becomes a feeling, and a feeling generates an impulse, and the impulse moves your body towards speech and action. This is why guarding your heart is so important. The untrained mind accepts whatever arises within it, gives it permission to descend into your heart. Repeated thoughts become repeated emotions. Repeated actions become habits, and eventually these patterns are mistaken for personality. This is just who I am. But the trained mind operates differently, okay? It observes every approaching thought in the mind, desire, and impulse before giving it permission to become your mood, your speech, or action. Not everything arising in the mind should be allowed to enter your heart. This is why Jesus says, guard your heart at all costs, because everything flows from it. Every action, every word, anything you've ever done in your life has come from how you felt in your heart. You feel hunger, you take action. You feel like playing football, you take action. Guard your heart with your life, because it creates your reality.
Expect blackouts. Like over the next few years, our grid cannot handle this. I was speaking to a source at Amazon. It was just crazy to hear. When they go in, they're looking at like defunct power plants that are nearby these data centers. And if they can't get the power they need from the local community, they just buy up the other power plants that were there and then they revitalize them. You're going to revitalize it and then the community will benefit. No. They're going to get all the power. So they're not giving any of this power back to the community. Then it won't have an effect on the community then, right? So then energy prices won't have gone up in the community. Oh, no. Amazon said absolutely the energy costs will go up in those communities. And they already have. People without data centers, even in their backyard yet, are seeing increases 12, 13, 14% just in prices. The people can expect to see their homes affected by this and blackouts.
Hi there, who are you?
I'm Jeff Bezos.
And what is your claim to fame?
I'm the founder of Amazon.com.
In 1995, the year the site went live, it made $500,000 in sales. In 2020, that soared to $386 billion. In less than 30 years, Amazon went from selling books to selling everything you can imagine, opening up grocery stores, offering a selection of movies and TV shows, and one day plans to launch a satellite internet service. So how did Amazon get so big?
Could you describe a little bit the role of your grandfather? Because Sean has mentioned it. I think it was really important.
It was super important for me. And I spent an unusual amount of time with my grandparents, and especially with my grandfather on the ranch. So he had a ranch in South Texas, and I would spend my summers there from age 4 to 16.
Jeff Bezos' grandfather worked for the U.S. government in the now dissolved Atomic Energy Commission. 1958, LP Guys helped form the Advanced Research Projects Agency, eventually renamed as DARPA. Interesting enough, John Greenwald of Blackball tried to pull up LP Guys' records via the Freedom of Information Act, only to find out that all the records were destroyed. We were told that Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage in 1994. Something from nothing. A great American success story. Or was he chosen to be a frontman?
DARPA created the ARPANET, which was the first network of computers, which was later transitioned to the civilian internet.
Amazon. It's described as a cutthroat corporate jungle where workers are pitted against one another. 80-hour work weeks are the norm, and falling ill can mean you're out of a job.
Amazon has faced repeated backlash from its workforce over alleged unsafe conditions within their fulfillment centers and the company's mistreatment of its employees.
Amazon drivers now suing the retail giant, claiming they're forced to urinate in water bottles in order to keep up with the delivery schedule that the company sets. The lawsuit claims drivers aren't allowed even time to go to the bathroom due to the rigid work pace.
And the issue of working conditions, I'm very proud of our working conditions.
Amazon has some fancy new facial recognition technology, and they're selling it to police departments.
Introducing Amazon Recognition Video to detect, track, and analyze people and objects in video.
I'm going to be talking about Spotlight, which is our application that we built. We're using machine learning and natural language processing to combat human trafficking, specifically sex trafficking. I'll share a little bit about who we are. Our nonprofit organization is called Thorn. Our sole purpose is to drive technical innovation to fight the sexual exploitation of children. So we work with technology organizations, for example, Amazon, Facebook, Twilio, Instagram. So what we wanted to do was to provide law enforcement with a tool to be able to provide leads about suspected human trafficking networks. And that's why we created our application Spotlight.
Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, the internet giant, has signed a groundbreaking cloud computing contract with the CIA worth as much as $600 million.
The Biden administration re-awarded Amazon with a massive $10 billion cloud computing contract with the NSA.
The United States Navy on Monday awarded Amazon's cloud computing division a 5-year enterprise software license contract worth $724 million.
Amazon is making its biggest bet yet on AI for the federal government, announcing a $50 billion investment to construct the first ever AI and supercomputing data centers built specifically for U.S. agencies.
The Pentagon has been developing Project Maven, an AI system that analyzes images from military drones and helps suggest targets. Palantir, Amazon, Microsoft, and Anduril are currently among the main contributors.
In 2021, Tel Aviv signed a $1.2 billion deal with Google and Amazon to develop a project called Nimbus, which gave the Israeli military and government unprecedented control over powerful cloud and AI system. On paper, Nimbus was just a cloud service. In practice, it became the backbone of Israel's surveillance and targeting infrastructure. Mass surveillance systems powered by these clouds help Israel identify targets and process drone footage at scale.
Project Nimbus is a $1.2 billion contract between the cloud service providers Google and Amazon and the Israeli government. Now, what are these capabilities? It includes object tracking, facial recognition, sentiment analysis being able to identify the expressions on a certain person, and of course, facial recognition.
Amazon is adding facial recognition technology to its new Ring cameras and doorbells. The global technology company calls the new feature familiar faces. They say it will recognize familiar people such as family, friends, or neighbors. Homeowners can then tag them in the Ring app so the next time they can be identified by name rather than generic person at the front door.
Amazon says it has scrapped plans to link its Ring doorbell cameras with the police tech company Flock Safety.
The deal would have integrated every single Ring camera into a camera network that police could access anytime they want. The thing is, even without this partnership, the police can still access Ring cameras. Another Ring feature is something called Neighbors, which law enforcement can use to request footage from Ring users. This feature is integrated with Axon Fuses, which police departments subscribe to get live video feeds from all kinds of private and public sources, including Ring cameras.
Shout outs to Blunts for Jesus. I didn't know the rabbit hole was that deep. A lot of eye-opening stuff right now. From Flock to Maven, Nimbus. What's crazy is how simple it's being implemented. I was really creating a dystopian future in real time. Like we're literally watching it build. 900 data centers worldwide. Let's not forget about his grandfather. I think this is a prime example of everything ain't what you think it is when it comes to reality.
Oh my fucking God!
I just gave NIPSCO $400 Monday because they still sending out bills. Everyone has at least $1,000 bill. I just was telling him my bill is $2,800 and it's only me and my daughter in the home. She's in her room, I'm in my room. We don't sleep with lights on, we don't sleep with TVs on, none of that. But every month I'm seeing a $600-700 bill and they can't tell me why my bill is this high. But if I don't pay this bill, guess what? I'm gonna be sitting in the dark.
Slash the bill. Slash the bill, man, because I live in a one bedroom and I shouldn't be paying $100 and something and I live by myself. I'm paying $130 something and I live by myself. All I'm a game or TV. Come on now.
You are a millionaire right now with all of our money and we are sitting at home in the dark and my refrigerator went out when the power went out and when the power came back on, my refrigerator is still dead. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. Enjoyed the video. Please consider to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Shout outs to all the reactors. Thanks again. Till next time.